Hello, hello to the people. We are live. All right. We are live, right? Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I get everything set up. Hello.
Hello.
How goes?
Oh, you're surprisingly quiet.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm.
wait, maybe my call volume's just down.
I was gonna say I shouldn't be. I have my mic turned all
No,
the way
yeah,
up.
because I have everyone at like 100%, so I must have just had it turned down.
I see how it is.
Haha, Cyrus, I'm here before you. Take that. Silence.
Hang on, switching stuff. There we are.
Is that your excuse?
Oh, I had unplugged my wireless headset and it defaulted back to defaults.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. How do you feel about Dire Goose, Cyrus?
I think it worked well for whatchamacallit company, Halcard company.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's just part of the reason we TPK'd.
you didn't do too terrible. I mean,
Okay, sure.
you just died violently.
All of us.
Mhm.
All of us. Every single one of us.
Yeah, that's
In the
normal.
past, I've at least been like one of the few to survive, at least when it came to Zaya. I was like, I'd always somehow managed to scrape by. This was just like everyone.
Mhm. Well, I mean, to be fair, I would have let you guys continue to try and roll to save yourselves, but Miguel himself stated that he wanted to just end it. I'm like, okay. So,
I didn't! Ah!
yep, he said
I,
he's like, oh,
I
just
would
give
have taken
we.
my chances. My
Mhm.
rolls are awful, but I still would have tried. There's always that chance.
Yep.
Like when the bear just fucking exploded.
Mhm.
At least Bragan got to be somewhat cool before she died.
Yeah, it was funny. The stream, I think, with the ads put me
Mhm.
almost a minute behind,
Mhm.
and I had messaged Maya before I caught up. TPK? Question mark.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but didn't I send you a
Oh God,
message
why
that was
you don't
like, yeah,
sensitive?
we're all
Yeah.
dead? And, like, cause you were like a minute behind, and like we were just.
Okay.
I was sending him a few messages when it wasn't my turn, just being like, "Did you see the cool thing I did with the bear? Like, look at that." But then it was like TPK, and it's like, yeah, we all died. Just waiting for him to catch up. Uh,
Hmm.
really sad.
Well, hi everybody.
Hey, Cameron.
I'm gonna keep playing Minecraft during pre-show because why? Because I found a fucking sick-ass dungeon I have been looting for a while.
That's okay. I'm enjoying the fact that I TPK'd Halkar
Minecraft
coming.
dungeon before D&D dungeon.
Mhm.
Well, the thing is, I'm not playing any modded version, and this is a mine shaft that goes through like 3 ravines and then has 2 dungeons and multiple spider spawners, so it has been a bitch.
Save the seed and share it, dude. Don't be greedy.
The seed was quack.
Quack capital?
Nope. Actually, I'm not sure. I'll just send the numerical seed.
Yeah, that's
at
what I
some
was
point.
referring to.
And this is right near spawn too.
Fun.
Hey, DM, I had a quick question before this actual session starts. Cyrus was planning on sharing his old breastplate with Tikva,
Mhm.
and I assume we would have probably done that before we actually headed or teleported. Is that fine for that to happen?
Well, you guys haven't teleported yet, so.
No, I
Yes,
thought
we
we
did.
did right
Last
at the
session,
end.
at the end of session, you said we teleported and we're in a dungeon filled with people that have the plague,
Oh, that's fine.
which got Kips really hard.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that'd be fine. Cyrus, go ahead.
There
Okay.
is no other way to
What
put
best
that.
breastplate was it, Cyrus?
It's just a +1.
Just, yep. Oh, it's a +1?
Yep, breastplate +1.
Hey, that's still better than nothing.
No, I thought it was just a normal breastplate. I'll take a +1. Any day, I'll take a +1. I had nothing.
Almost
Had
have a full
nothing.
inventory. Had to go throw together a diamond fucking pickaxe for this.
Sounds like
Nearly
Okay,
burnt
now
in
my
lava.
AC is much better. My AC is much better, guys. I think it's
Hey.
probably better than Zaya's because I can do medium armor.
You mean you can do heavy?
No,
Nope, medium.
I can't do heavy. I can do medium and light because of my 2
You're,
levels in
you
fighter.
you took a level in fighter, right?
2, but it doesn't allow for heavy.
Yep, if you multi-class into fighter, then you can only do medium. If you start as fighter, then you can do heavy.
Yeah.
See, you did it the dumb way.
No, in order to have my proficiencies line up with my main class sorcerer, I had to start out as sorcerer, go fighter, and then go sorcerer. So I actually did the smart thing because me and Cyrus talked about this.
Well, I'm doing a dumb thing.
Your saving throws.
Hmm.
I am swimming in water that is over lava, and I'm terrified.
Don't become obsidian.
My breastplate. There.
Whoa,
No, my
Cyrus, no
issue is-
stripping.
No, my issue is I don't have keep inventory on. I have 17 diamonds in my inventory, as well as 64 blocks of coal.
Stop being risky then.
Oh hell
Make
no!
some
You
coal
gotta risk it
grinds.
for the biscuit. Went through like 4
Alright.
iron pickaxes.
Who wants to make bets that my name's gonna be said wrong this session? Not just by Cameron, but by anyone, including me.
I'll put
cheating.
$10 on me saying it wrong.
Alright. Anyone gonna match that?
Again, you can't bet on yourself saying it wrong. That's cheating. Because then you can do it purposefully.
Yeah, except I'm not gonna try to do it purposefully. That's cheating the system. You must have honor when you're making wagers.
No, you shouldn't. Never wager on a bet you can't. You're not gonna win.
I mean, that's why I mean, only time I'll
Don't make a
won't be
gambler
honorable
character.
is when I go to a bar with a freaking gallon of milk and bet people they can't drink the entire thing.
Ew.
Do you know why? It's
No, I don't
physically
care.
impossible.
I don't like milk, so congrats.
I know you don't
Drinking
like
how much
milk.
milk is physically impossible?
A
A
gallon.
full gallon in one
gallon?
sitting.
Oh,
Without
even worse
breaths
if
in
it's
between?
Oh no, you're allowed to take breaths, but your stomach physically cannot handle a full gallon of milk in one
You
sitting.
can't. Your stomach can't handle a full gallon of any liquid in one sitting. It's not just milk. Milk just makes you puke it up
Yeah.
because it's so thick.
Yeah, because you can only like have a
Thick.
couple liters or whatever in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now to start finding my way out
What's
as
the
I mine
amount
up more
needed
coal.
to make your stomach burst open?
Just about a half a liter of Coke and Mentos.
No.
I mean, you asked for the amounts I gave you.
a pint of
No.
ice cream.
what,
Ice cream if you're lactose
projectile and
intolerant.
vomiting.
I think we're all assholes for coming up with different answers for this.
I'm Googling it. I didn't even spell combust right. My brain.
I'm gonna
Combust.
take a leak.
Don't
I'll
I
be
put a
back.
P.
burst.
Compust.
You have to
Weird.
Google it.
Yeah. Your stomach
why,
is able
Mineshaft,
to
you
do
keep
okay, handling up to about 3 liters. After that, I guess you die.
Mineshaft, will you stop going deeper? I understand, yes, I'm desperate for diamonds, but goddamn.
Are you getting shafted by the shaft?
Oh no, I found freaking name tags, golden apples. I got like 10 golden apples from this. That's not including the freaking 5
I
blocks
didn't
of
ask
gold.
about your loot haul. I asked a funny question, Cameron.
No, I'm not getting shafted. No, I'm lost. I forgot which way I came from, so I'm just gonna keep going random ways, picking up
That's why
iron.
you make a compass. or a map.
That way.
I am pretty much directly underneath my spawn.
Roll a d4 for direction.
Fuck that. Oh, more emeralds. Completely and utterly useless, except if I want to
That's
go and make.
One of the
The
things with
frickin-
Reagan, I was sad I didn't get to do her bloodlust thingy where if she goes beneath half health while transformed, I'd have to roll randomly to see who I just mauled to death. I was looking forward to that. It never got to happen.
Looking forward to murdering part of the party.
And spice it up a bit. A little bit of drama only hurts a little bit.
Hearing you say that makes me fear for the future.
Oh, you should. I mean, you're the campaign I have Ember in, so you should know. You should fear.
Oh, I know how to be afraid of Ember. But you know what? You all could die.
Why? What are you plotting?
Many evil things.
Yeah,
Are we
don't
just
worry about it.
facing the spider dude? The spider dude dad?
Yeah,
The
but then
spider
once
dad?
you guys get past this, there's gonna be some events that happen in the world.
That's
Do I
sad that
ascend
you
to
actually.
godhood?
That's sad you planned that far ahead. Oh, I gotta sneeze.
No, I'm running
Well-
a module first. That way I could get back into DMing properly, and then I had plans. I even like I didn't plan too far ahead. I just planned for right up till right after the module. After that, I might be pulling shit up my ass.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to preface that he had to up the difficulty quite a few times because the party was that powerful. So I
Did you
think our
guys-
survival is gonna be pretty okay unless we start rolling bad.
That just means Cameron needs to learn how to DM better. Oh, hello, Jacob.
Well, I'm more for having fun. So,
So am I.
as
I
long as
have
the
had a lot
players
of
and I
fun.
are having fun,
It's fun to kill
and
my
I'm
players.
not murdering them, and I'm not murdering them constantly.
Hmm.
Let's not forget, Truck has nearly died multiple times, Maya.
Well, Ember's only nearly
Name.
died like once, and she's the sorcerer.
Yeah,
And
because
well, no,
Ember
two times
Ember
because
plays
the bandits almost killed her with one stab, and then she lit the building on fire and trapped herself in it and almost died. But she jumped out because she rolls good. She
You
rolls the
got
best out of
fucking
any of my
lucky.
characters, which sucks because she's the most joke character out of all of them, and she rolls the best.
Son of
I'm
a
not
bitch!
even
I got
joking.
too much coal again. Now I gotta make another couple blocks.
Fenrir, how goes things? Fenrir,
I have
speak.
a splitting headache.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna get worse.
We could talk quieter.
No, you're fine.
This is
Really?
Royce's
I'm like the
campaign.
loudest
do you think
person.
That's actually do you think that's actually an option in
Listen,
Royce's campaign?
now that I'm playing Tikva, I'm less likely to yell because Zaya was the emotional one. I mean, I can still yell,
I give
but
Tikva a week before she starts getting emotionally attached.
I don't count on it. She's got loyalties in other places right now, like
To at least
her
one of us.
family.
She's gonna get emotionally attached to one of us, and it's gonna be sad. Don't know who, don't care who. It's gonna be one of us, though.
One of us. One of us.
God damn! How many emeralds am I gonna come across? They're
Stop
supposed to
coming
be
on
rare.
emeralds. It's nasty.
Well, the villagers don't seem to mind.
That's a different kind of Minecraft seed than I want.
That's some voyeurism.
Villager voyeurism.
I mean, you can force them to do the deed.
That's You can force like most feedable mobs to do the deed. So
Just wait.
Yeah, but
Soon
they're
we'll be able to
people.
force. Yeah, they aren't technically people. Well, neither are villagers. Don't you know they don't have hands? They just have a meat loop in front of them.
I don't want to picture that.
Too late. I've said it. You're already imagining it. Ah. Oh. Okay. This is an instant death. is not
meanwhile, in
instant
the
death hole.
chat,
Ooh, more gold. I can use that.
The villagers don't count as people. Yeah, I was hoping someone would quote something.
Hmm.
Well, they don't have hands. They just got a
We
meat
need to
loop.
start getting the quotes back again.
I really should make my way back up to my nice house that I spent a lot of time building,
Making my way downtown.
but I'm just gonna keep getting iron. And coal. And gold. Why? Because I'm a goddamn hoarder.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say something else.
He's a goddamn whore.
Maya,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I am not a whore. I'm at least loyal. Why are there so many
Wow.
emeralds in this mine shaft?
Because they
That's
spawn
four.
that way.
There are that's 4 of them. I have never found 4 emeralds in the same mine shaft.
Maybe you just gotta dig deeper.
Maybe you just gotta search shafts harder.
Maybe it's rich.
Nice.
Maybe it's rich villagers.
There isn't even a village actually nearby me. That's the scary part.
Oh, I thought you were talking mine shafts.
No, at this point I've left the mine shaft going into one of the ravine areas, but it's still technically all linked together, and that's what's scary. They're all within like 20 blocks of each other.
Finish the whip.
Nice. Looks good. Love the gold cap on it.
Thank you,
Where?
thank you.
Where?
That's in general.
Ooh.
Although is it a little
Ooh,
small for
you
the handle?
What'd you say?
Isn't that a little small for the handle? Or
The
Fuka.
handle.
Fuka.
Whatever.
Damn it.
The handle goes another, want to say, 3.5 inches.
oh, okay.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to, do like a braided leather foregrip,
Mm-hmm.
or if I want to take some copper fitting. I'll have to cut it in half,
Wow.
bend it, and
Now
then
he's
Okay.
form it
making
around.
fun of your taste.
Fair enough.
Okay, now I don't need any more of this dorite. Is there anything else I don't need? Anistite, don't need that. Enough cobblestone to freaking build my way out of a gosh darn safe. And I should be good.
The-
Do not question my
Man,
logic.
suction cup doodles are weird.
I wasn't questioning you. I'm leaving general chat.
I don't want to use the mossy cobblestone yet.
That's what.
That's the last
What,
resort.
Cyrus? What are you referring to?
Size of the shaft, or the size of the handle.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke and I didn't.
Like I said, the mine shaft cuts across like 3 ravines, so
Cameron.
Large shaft.
Cameron
I'm
loves
done
his
setting
shafts.
you up for jokes if you're just gonna take the low-hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit, huh? No comment.
Cause I said if
This
I
free
open my
show's a
mouth, y'all are
mess.
just gonna start making jokes involving. Y'all are making dick jokes here. I'm trying to set you up for some highbrow
Yeah.
comedy, and you're just taking the low-hanging fruit.
Sorry,
I
Miguel.
had too much of expectations for you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, did what?
Hmm?
I don't know. I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I've just had
Dealing
my
with
large
us.
cup of coffee. Oh, I don't pay attention to half the shit you guys say.
Not during
That's
pre-show,
good.
at least.
No.
Yeah, this pre's been a mess.
Oh, plus I have a quick announcement at the beginning of the show anyway, so. Oh, man.
Fun.
Why
Is
is
it
this
that
portion
we
of this
we
flooded?
defeat all the
I
bad
am
guys and we
near the
win?
ocean.
No. You don't get that
Darn.
lucky.
We will never be that lucky. Don't even try to be that lucky. He will smite us down before we ever get to be that lucky.
I am sad because I'm
Listen,
out
I
of
just
mead.
got a few people I want to kill. Just a few.
Welcome to most of my D&D games. If it's not a revenge quest in the beginning, it will be by the end of it.
Hey, Malthor at least started out on a revenge quest.
Yeah, exactly. Proving his point.
Fucking
And then
goddamn, this
the
cork
revenge
bottle.
To be
quest got
fair,
set out to be
Zaya
bigger.
very
A
early
fifth
on had
freaking
revenge
emerald.
quest. She just got derailed so bad.
That's 5 emeralds within 20 blocks of each other.
God
This
damn,
is ridiculous.
fucking bottle. Jesus criminy.
You're not supposed to eat
What
the bottle.
the
Captain, you're a bit quiet.
That's just me.
Ow,
Yeah.
fucker.
Louder. I want to hear you over Cameron's constant talking about his emeralds.
What the hell? A 6th one?
Thought you
This
had a
is-
headache.
I do, but you told me to be loud.
I didn't
That's
say
6
scream. You
emeralds.
could talk
I
loud.
think I need to leave. I need to go buy a lottery ticket. That's 6 emeralds.
Jacob, so you know that corked bottle I had of mead?
Did you just get in a fist fight with it?
No, I drank
Oh,
it
no.
all. But the cork now, I put the cork back on it, along with the cap to try and keep the bottle in decent shape. And so I'm like sitting here trying to get the cap off for the last 2 days now, because I'm gonna go and wash it out. And I thought I was making progress, and then the cap tore off and the cork is stuck.
Do you have a wine bottle open?
I do, but I don't want to waste the cork.
It sounds like you might not have much of a choice.
I think I'm just gonna toss the bottle.
Royce,
up.
I like this bottle, but I don't want to waste
Pro
the cork.
tip.
Breaks cork. I'm just gonna waste the bottle.
Yep.
Pro tip: just cut open the bottle and then reglue it together, and you save the cork.
That doesn't help
I
me
mean-
get the cork out.
You cut it open and then you just push it out with your finger or something.
That's
Just use
not
a
how
corkscrew.
wine bottles work.
I wouldn't know. I'm not an alcoholic.
Fuck you.
I'm talking to Cameron because once he came of age, he started drinking a lot. But I mean,
Oh no, I slowed down after a month.
after a month of pure drinking.
Yep.
Listen, I'm a professional alcoholist. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't
Mhm.
have any problems with drinking. You just know how to tip the bottle up.
Yeah, I actually don't have any problems because I'm a happy drunk and I still remember everything when I talk afterwards, very clearly. Because I don't get blackout drunk, because that's not fun. When you drink to
Is
coast.
today just quote day?
I was bored.
No, we should. You should start quoting everyone again. I've said a lot of suspicious things today. I'm glad that's just the worst that's been quoted.
Mhm. No, I can only type so fast these days.
That's true.
My fingers are
Yeah,
tired
not
on the
like he has a
weekends.
sound of
Who's
voice.
quote collector? Oh, it's Red King.
It's not like he can have someone monitor us 24/7 to constantly get the quotes.
No.
That might be partially illegal.
If he wants to know, he better watch the show.
Mhm. Oh man. God damn.
Oh god, I've been here before. Time to start marking places with
Oh,
torches.
did you fix up your computer so you can actually play Minecraft again, Cameron?
I have to wait for the battery, and to get the
Okay.
battery, I have to wait till I get paid. But I'm able
That's
to
fair.
play it while it's still plugged in. I got a new charger too, so now my charger isn't on its last legs.
Cool.
If you guys
Makes me
want to
feel a
play
bit more
Minecraft,
comfortable.
let me know when, because I'll still try to join on mobile.
Yeah, that's
Even though
fair.
it probably won't work. I'll still try.
Yeah,
At the
that'd
very
be
least, I
fun.
could jump in voice chat and just
Is
make
there more
horrible
diamonds?
Minecraft jokes.
If you're gonna join them, I have to change the server on easy because right now it's on hard, and I'll be honest, I'm on my computer and I'm still dying every 5 seconds.
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
I'll handle
Hard.
the rage. The rage will
Oh,
harden
no,
my
you
I
heart.
don't
Right.
care about your
My-
rage. I care about you not blowing up shit I've built.
Yeah, hard mode. It's essentially Creeper Central.
Yeah, it really is. Welcome back, Cyrus.
You just came back to us talking about hard mode.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, my
there's still
fingers are
time if you
tired.
want to add stuff in.
My
Yeah.
fingers are tired on the weekends. Should explain enough of this.
Yeah. Just cut it open and push it out with your finger.
Yep.
Cyrus, you need to add some quotes to the quotes DM's making. You need to say something.
Where the fuck?
No.
Okay, that's another emerald. Why? Why am I being gifted these riches?
Because you're
his
poor in
wife's
real
gonna
life.
Screw you over.
What? Sorry?
Hmm?
Okay, he didn't hear my insult. I'm sad.
I did. I'm just not acknowledging it. I've learned that if I acknowledge your insults, you just keep going with them.
I'm gonna keep going regardless, Cameron.
Oh, I know, but at least this way they'll stay about the same level instead of getting worse.
It's fair. And it's too rainy and shitty out for me to get alcohol, so you're lucky. I'm not drinking tonight. Yeah,
At least
man.
the rain's
Oh
helping
God,
with the fires.
no! I prefer you
Mhm.
drunk. Come on, please.
Oh, you're gonna hate me
At
even more
least then you're
because
decent.
I packed away my D&D books, so all the good loot, the really nice shit, is in a it's now boxed up, so I can't reference tables. So
Cyrus, do you have your books? Can you help a DM out? Screenshot?
Same ones he does.
he doesn't have 3.5 books. All mine are 3.5, minus the
I
critical
have 'em-
role one.
I have a bunch of yours on the drive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through my PDF. I'm lazy.
I'm offering to do it for you.
You could, but I'm
Coward.
lazy. Did you call me a coward?
No, nope.
You call him a coward?
Deception check, Cameron. You're
At
weak.
disadvantage because I said it first.
Yeah, and double disadvantage because I just told you to roll it.
You know what, Cameron? You're right. We do need to make this a harder encounter today.
Can you just
Okay.
target Malthor?
I
'Cause One of
could.
us said stupid stuff.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Teleport him back to the Yuan-Ti lands. I think the Yuan-Ti want him back. See, last time we were there, Zaya was the one who got
You know
hit
what?
with all the
Hush.
arrows, and
Hush.
Malthor didn't
Chip.
get hit.
Quiet. Jacob, what's your favorite monster to kill?
It depends. Are you talking about like just?
All right,
simple mob
vampires
or a
it is.
boss?
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
he's Belmont wannabe, so
Let's see.
I like vampires.
4 times difficulty? Yeah, that sounds fun.
nice.
4 times deadly. You'll be alright. I have my plans.
Oh boy.
Your plans would go on the same, even if I hadn't said
You
anything.
just
I
force
have
him
no
to join the
regrets.
voice chat. Miguel.
I don't think Miguel likes me very much.
He doesn't want to converse with the fellow DM.
Yeah, no kidding. What happened to your guys' session that was supposed to be on Friday?
Basically what happened was, Mitchie found out she had scheduling issues, and she told me she
Apparently,
was just,
Mascaria.
yeah, she had too much going on, so she had to leave the group, and so we were talking about people who could join, and I said Cyrus could if we made it bi-weekly, because I didn't know anyone else on the server who could, so I said if not, he'd have to ask you about bringing someone in from D&D Beyond, and then Miguel said bi-weekly would work better for him, so we brought Cyrus on, and now it's going to be bi-weekly
Oh,
on
okay.
Fridays. So it's still going to happen, it's just we had issues to work out. Now me and Cyrus are going to have a joined background, it's going to be great.
Okay,
Now he has to be my friend. He has to pretend to be my friend in D&D, Cyrus. Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
Sure.
He's the one who asked me, though, so don't let him twist the story.
Hey, you thought about it too.
Oh,
Golden
no, yeah, let
apples.
Tikva can, with royal decree, the order of the queen, jail the man. Don't you worry.
I'm beginning to believe that you cannot do this.
Cannot do what?
At least I didn't die to any creepers today. It's been a good day.
Don't jinx yourself, man. Stuff can still happen.
I built a basement before I built a house. I should have
Yeah,
died
it
to
sounds
creepers a
accurate
lot.
for you.
Pulls out mace spray.
Hey,
Why are
my
you
house
trying to
actually looks
molest
kinda
Miguel?
nice for once. My house actually looks tolerable for once. And I started putting together a freaking solid block of trees.
No
That
one
way I
look
don't
at
have to go
general
far for wood.
chat. DM's chasing Miguel.
It's
What the
consensual
heck?
because I say so. I don't think that's how it works.
I don't either, but
Sneak times 100.
No roleplay. All right. So,
any word from Kips?
nope. Trent could be doing 1,000 things. Give me
That's a
sec.
terrifying notion.
1 sec. Okay. So, before we get on to the game, and before I go into God, I need to close general real quick. Before we get into the game, I do want to make a quick announcement. So next Sunday there will not be D&D. Next Saturday there might be. And Friday I'm not running that game. So the reason for this is because I will be packing up the majority of what's left of my shit to get that all ready to go and done. And throughout the week, I'm going to be moving so many boxes and such that I'm going to need the Sunday to recuperate and let my body rest. So yes, there will be no D&D on Sunday at this point. There will be on the following Sunday, which I think is the 25th. It just may not be an extra long session like it has been in the past. That will probably come afterwards in November when I have fully settled in and I'm not standing on the floor. Well, wait. Sitting on the floor. Let me rephrase that. So yeah, that was the quick announcement. Secondly, well, because of this, I will be giving each of the players a little special surprise during the next campaign session after this one. So they can all look forward to that. It will be something unique and added to their story for the campaign, as this next session, assuming they survive tonight, will be the deeming of the halfway point of the campaign. So, thank you all for joining us for Rejected Potential, and we are back. As people are posting smiley faces in the Rejected Potential chat. Last time we left off, the party did a lot of stuff that the DM completely remembers 100% of and wasn't reminded about 10 minutes after pre-show started. But in the end, the main point is that after gaining what information they needed, the grand party of Rejected Potential of Tikva Silversong, Malthor the Paladin, Fenrir, who has no last name that I can recall, and Sarah Scaladron.
Oscar.
What was that?
Oscar.
What he said. We come back to the group having teleported. Off skirt is what I heard as well. And you know what? That fits for the character. We come back to the party having teleported into a dungeon with warty corpses, or rotting corpses, and a dungeon all around. Many of these corpses seem to still be in fresh armor, even though much of the body and the skin has either melted off or rotted. God, I need to stop looking at my chat. I'm gonna just minimize Discord for now. And yes, as we come back, you can hear the drip of water in the background, the occasional cold breeze that seems to chill the hairs in the back of your neck for those who have hair. And the smell of rot and death seems to be all around you. What would you like to do?
Question.
Answer.
Is Kip still with us now as like an inactive NPC, or like is he just like poof?
No, he is with you guys. He is an NPC.
Okay. Just verifying for roleplay purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Tikva's gonna take a look around. I don't know if she'd recognize any of this, but I'd like to make a check. She was once adopted by a herbalist, so I don't know if she'd be able to identify any of these diseases or not.
Roll perception. Or medicine.
All right.
Depending on what you're
Let's
looking
see
towards.
which one I'm more
Malthor
proficient
would like
in.
to assist with this because he was taught medicine while at the temple.
Sure.
Oh, they're both the same, so that's good.
Yeah, because I think they're both intelligence based.
Yeah.
Perception and medicine are wisdom based.
Wisdom, yeah,
believe.
but I'm proficient in both.
Alright.
18 total.
18. Malthor?
Gotta grab my dice real quick because I am derp.
My dice are in a box,
luckily-
so.
I just rolled 10.
Okay.
Sad day.
Alright. So, Tikva, as you walk up to one of the corpses, you start looking it over. You realize pretty quickly this used to be some sort of soldier as you look at the armor, which is still very clean. The corpse seems to be decaying it, while the armor seems to not have decayed at all. You get a rough understanding that this corpse has been here for probably a few months, having sat down in here. You're guessing the decay has been sped up by the moistened air that you can kind of feel all about you, and as you see dripping water in one of these cells. As you look at the flesh and try and identify, you don't recognize this disease.
Cyrus, come here. And
Yes.
she gestures. You are from these lands. Does this disease mean anything to you? I can tell this corpse has been here for probably a few months now, no doubt, but I'm afraid I have no idea what disease this is. And she moves aside so he can inspect the corpse better.
Yeah, none of this seems right, but yeah, I'll try to inspect it and see. I don't know what you want me to roll.
Give me a medicine check.
Not bad.
Okay. As you look over the corpse, kind of getting a feel for it, you sniff the air, staring down on its face. You see the sunken cheeks, the teeth have rotted. Yes, Cyrus is feeling up a corpse right now. That's exactly what it is. You smell death pretty strongly, but you've never seen a disease like this that seems to rot the corpse itself. It almost seems kind of drained and rotting.
This doesn't. I don't know. There's nothing that I've seen before. I'm unfamiliar with this.
Does the corpse still have a neck, or do any of the other corpses still have a fairly visible neck? I want to check them for bite marks, puncture wounds.
Okay.
Knowing that there's apparently vampirism rampant here, I want to see if these were bitten at all.
Okay.
Should I roll investigation?
Roll perception. See if you see any marks.
Okay. 16.
As you look it over, you do not see any marks on their neck. Fenrir, I heard you on mute. What's up?
Yeah, are we taking turns or
No.
are we just?
This is just group.
I would like to do a detect magic ritual to try to see what happened here.
Okay.
What? You have magic?
After
Not necessarily, but as a monster hunter, at level 3,
Ah.
I'm able to cast detect magic as a ritual.
Okay.
as you begin cast or your ritual cast, after a few moments, you do sense magic coming from each of these corpses. A very slight, but not enough to be of anything of note to you.
Okay.
Fenrir. You are familiar with vampires, are you not?
I just realized that I was trying to do freaking Air's voice for a second there.
Oh, you mean your dead character?
Yeah, ha ha.
Death by
Massacred
Goose.
by a goose. Sorry, repeat the question. I blanked. I'm sorry.
Fenrir, you're familiar with vampires, are you not?
Familiar is putting it slight.
Well, can you or can you not say if this was by any vampiric forces? I'm finding no bite marks, and I'm not familiar with whatever disease this is.
If it was only a bite, we wouldn't be seeing the bodies, we'd be seeing vampires.
All right.
Well, shall we venture up?
Wait.
Hmm.
Okay.
Probably, but if there's any form of disease here, we might want to have let Kips take samples as he needs to possibly cure it.
Are we
Hmm.
just simply rushing up? Should we not make sure our stealthiest go first to scout? I think it would be reckless charging into unknown territory. Unless you recognize where we are, Cyrus?
I would assume I know where this
Yeah.
teleportation circle was, so.
You're not. This isn't normally the location that you remember it teleporting to. This wasn't here before, but you recognize the dungeon pretty clearly from your experience being in these
Yeah.
lands.
I assume I would guess I would know roughly which town I would be teleporting into, whether it was my hometown or a different one or.
Given the look around right now, you can't tell. You're not exactly sure if this is the same circle, as this wasn't here when you last came by.
Um, yeah, I mean we can check it out. Obviously, this seems to be some sort of a dungeon. It doesn't seem like it would be the circle that I knew of, but they must have reused the same symbols.
How
Um,
long have you been gone from your homeland?
I would guess what, about a year or so, DM,
Yeah, roughly.
with travel
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
or original travel. Yeah,
Yep.
about a year.
Hmm. They could have built something around the circle in the time you've been gone. There's no
It's
saying
still
how
very
long this
possible.
has been like this. Either way, I say the quietest of us go and scout ahead a couple feet or so, check it out, ensure it's safe before
At this
we all
point,
charge
Fenrir
in.
is already moving on.
All right.
Well, Tikva's not the stealthiest, so she's gonna hang back.
Same
And she's
with
gonna make sure
Malthor.
Malthor's definitely
Malthor's not
staying
charging
there.
ahead today. He knows better.
Fenrir isn't charging; he's just starting. Hit like at that point of being told someone stealthy go forwards. Like Fenrir's just walking towards the.
Yeah, you
path.
better be stealthing.
Are you gonna roll stealth, Fenrir?
No.
Sure, why not?
Well, who's
No,
got
of
the
course
highest
not.
dex here?
Me.
That would
Probably
be
him.
me. I'm at 20.
Okay, yeah, definitely stealth.
Okay. I got 17 to do a
Okay.
stealth.
As you start
I
to
gotta-
kind of quietly step and blend into the wall with your slow pace, the others lose track of where you're at. As you begin to climb these stairs, the slight creak every once in a while on these slightly stone with wooden patches on them, heading up through the what you realize is a wine cellar door. This is this doesn't feel like any true dungeon. Opening them up and just peering through, you see a small town all around you, with corpses littered about, many almost identical to the ones you've seen, and no sign of life otherwise.
Okay, I was gonna say if I
Mhm.
saw anyone else.
Hope you didn't have friends here.
Do I have any sort of like binoculars or anything? I don't think so.
I mean,
No,
you'll
I
have
do
scared
not.
Travis Pass.
I don't know what you just said.
He basically said Captain had a spyglass.
Yeah, Captain is in
Dead.
purgatory, so that's fine.
The spyglass will serve him well there.
No one
Can I
looted
try
him.
to like find any points of interest to see like if there is a sign of life, where it would be focused on?
As you look about, it seems to be most of the buildings seem to be very old and decrepit. You see a small, what looks to be almost a fort of sorts, made out of stone that has fallen apart. You can also see somewhat off in the distance a very large, what looks to be hole in the ground, followed by a couple of others. You recognize these most likely as stone quarries or some sort of ore mining operation. And then as you look about, you finally do notice it's a sign at the one very far end that you just barely can understand. That seems to say it's the working man's town on it.
And which language is it written in?
It is written in common.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to head back to the group and let them know that for the most part the coast is clear around the viewpoint, but that there are maybe a couple people lying around.
Walk out, the entire city's dead at our feet. Oh,
I say, if anyone has preparations they need to do before we leave, do so now. Otherwise, we should head
Malthor's-
out.
at that, Malthor will think for a moment, pull out his one vial of holy water and his vial of oil that he has at the ready, and just keep them in hand.
Okay. As you look at the
Fenrir's gonna
vial,
cock his eye at the oil.
as you look at the oil, it says Terry's special.
I forget who Terry is.
That's
But-
Trent's lover.
I know I'm making character.
Oh, sorry.
Not knowing who the fuck Terry
Tren?
is, Malthor just shrugs
Mm-hmm.
and continues and just holds them at the ready, careful,
Yeah.
and
Tikva will take up the rear. So whoever
As
wants
always.
to go first. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going first.
Um,
Someone else can do that.
I was hired as bodyguard, so I'll take lead.
Okay.
Malthor after he follows him.
Okay.
of course, Malthor, gonna head second because he's meat shield.
All right. So as you guys begin to head out, walking up the stone stairs with pieces of wood stuck in them, pushing open the gate or the door to the wine cellar or wine cellar doors, they slam and clatter. As you look out, Fenrir, again, the corpses are still, as you see, multiple. You count roughly in your immediate vicinity around 30, maybe 40 people. Just same, look almost like they've been hollowed out. Their clothes still in good condition, some muddy from dropping on the ground. And God damn it. As you guys exit or enter into the main street, there are buildings made of stone with straw roofs and far beyond the eye can see. A couple of small taverns, what looks to be small businesses with signs, but no sign of life.
Cyrus, do you recognize where we are now?
recognize this immediately as the poor and very old town of Stonefort.
It's a town called Stoneport. It's
Fort.
Fort.
Stone Fort.
Yeah, Stonefort.
Stone.
But whatever happened here, I do not know.
Is this a town of note, or
Not really. It was a very poor town. A lot of, I assume, lower class working people type thing. Yeah, a lot of lower class workers.
then why is the teleportation circle here?
I do not know. Where,
Well,
DM, where would I have known that the teleportation circle was before that I knew?
There was one in your hometown, which, forgive me, I forget the name off the top of my head of what one you chose.
I think it was because I worked for the Leto or something like that.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
assume
so-
it was the Leto town.
Yeah, so it would have been Leto. But there's also known to be a teleportation circle in Bolton Citadel, the capital.
Okay, that's what I figured. I mean this is a ways away from my hometown. We're on one side of the country, and the capital is kind of in the center, and my hometown is far off to the east.
Where do we need to go for you to do what you need to do?
Well, the person I recognized in Malthor's vision was in my hometown. My parents are there. I had tried contacting both my father and my former mentor, which is who I recognized from the vision.
Do you think we should stop at the capital first or head to your hometown? If there's been an invasion, I assume people would hole up in the most secure city.
I would assume so. And DM, am I guessing the orange lines are major roads?
No, the solid lines are actually a wall. So the
No,
Nords
the
are.
like the
Oh, the
yeah,
dotted
dashed
lines.
line.
Yes, those are
Yep.
those are roads. Yes, main roads.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, and then the outside's kind of wall of China-ish type thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Nords like their walls.
Yeah, the most direct route from here, which would make most sense, is probably through the capital, which is to the southeast. From there, we can go northeast to my hometown or find people in the Citadel.
Your people, they are warriors. Do you think they would have fallen to the vampires by now, or are we safe to head towards a major town? I'd like to know if we're going to be facing surviving Nords or vampires.
It could be both.
Possibly. DM, I know that the vampirism is an ancient thing that I'm assuming I know mention of, but I don't know how much I would know
They
about.
have resistance.
Yeah, it was a disease that plagued many decades ago. That would have been written about in old history books that you would have most likely picked up when studying, but it wouldn't have been something of
It's,
note
yeah,
as
high
it's
level.
extinct.
Yeah, like it happened, but probably not much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that many years ago, it ran its course through the area, and that's about all I know. It was not really
When
an event
we
that
say-
I made note of.
When we say vampires, I think very much of the vampires of my world. To you, are vampires different here?
You wouldn't know that.
I would I know a general description of them?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I
Fenrir
do not know.
is going to, at this point, you see him just kind of shaking a book back and forth.
We already assumed you took samples, Kips.
Oh yes, and for the rest of you, Tikva here knows. I do not know if the rest of you know that technically we are actually on a different world. That's
Malthor
my
has
world.
Recognizes it. Yeah.
Nope, Malthor would not
my
recognize
world.
this.
Yeah, my world and the world that you are from has, my understanding, merged or something. I don't know if Tikva you know more, but
I've heard
we are
rumors.
connected some way. Captain and I journeyed to the Tiefling lands. We set off over a year ago.
Yeah, wait, because did Fenrir get told when we were told we were going to Cyrus's homeland? Because I think Malthor knows about Cyrus by now, but I don't know if Fenrir and Kips do.
Fenrir knows that he's got a job to do and that he's getting paid for it, and that's pretty much
Yeah.
all he really cares about at the moment. He doesn't really know
Yeah.
what exactly is going on.
Fenrir
Would I
isn't from the Isle of Man, so either he's he's from Encremia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He comes from a from what was the design was from far up north, so he's not a Nord technically by any definition. He wouldn't be considered classified as one of the traditional races.
Okay, so Fenrir's from the New World. Alright. Would Tikva, as a magic user, just knowing her own magic, sense if being in the New World has affected her magical capabilities in any way?
Your magic
she knows
doesn't
magic-
seem any different.
Okay, just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
Kips, you are a doctor. Looking at these corpses, none of us could identify the cause. Are you able to tell what disease this is?
Let's find out. Let me get up my character sheet real quick.
Can you cure it with the lemons?
Probably not. Definitely not.
Death? That'd be
Just-
that'd be impressive. I'll be honest.
Your death with lemons.
Definitely
Maybe-
not.
Maybe those zombie lemons.
Mm.
I mean, you can try. The undead lemons.
Undead lemons. That's a good point.
Undead lemons on dead corpses.
Can't be any worse than the rats. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, let me see here. Well, they're just dead bodies, correct?
Yep. So medicine.
Okay. 20.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to get some samples.
Okay.
Blood. I'd like to maybe get some tissue samples also.
Mm-hmm.
Saliva.
Okay.
Things of that nature.
Yep.
If there is any saliva left, assuming. It's probably long gone.
Yeah, these
I
are
mean,
dried
it was-
corpses.
Oh, well, the ones in the dungeon
you
were
could take
pretty
the
wet
tongue.
still.
I could take the tongue, but why would I want
Cut
the
open
tongue?
the throat.
Listen, I'm not. Listen. I may have a fascination with corpses, but I'm not a necrophiliac. Yeah.
Doubt.
Press X to now.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Oh, PM time.
Naturally.
Okay.
DM, now that we're back in the Nordlands, I'm going to try
Interesting.
message one time, or sending.
Yep.
I'm gonna try Malcolm again, the
Mhm.
wizard. And I'll just say, "Hello, Master Cyrus. Here, I am in Stone Fort. Where are you?"
And you get no response.
Okay. I figured that might happen, but he would try again once he was here. So.
Okay. My
What the fuck?
Yes, Fenrir.
I'm assuming there are just. Is there a corpse besides the one that Kips is looking at right now?
Oh yeah, there are plenty.
I figured as much.
All shapes and sizes.
Fenrir is going to draw a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I get his short sword.
Mm-hmm.
And just go ahead and cut off the arm of one of them. Yeah, he does have a short sword, but he only uses it if he needs to cut stuff, pretty much.
Okay.
And he's just gonna see if there's any blood.
Okay.
Bleeding out.
All right. Go ahead.
Do I need to roll for that, or?
Yeah, give me an attack roll. Like damage dice, please.
Am I the only one hearing robot?
Mm.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Maya, get dick off your brain. Goddamn. Jesus. Calm down. Oh shit, my internet just went out.
Well then.
There we go.
Yeah,
It came
you're
back.
cutting out slightly.
Yeah, my
Am I
internet went
rolling to hit or rolling for damage?
rolling for damage. My internet shut off randomly. That was interesting. Oh, I wonder if I'm still streaming. Oh no. Yeah, my network went down. I thought
Royce,
so.
were you able to hear my question?
Yes, I said damage. Am I still alive? Hello? The fuck? Okay. My back?
Oh. Yep, we can hear you.
You sound good.
Better now.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I said roll damage.
11.
Okay. So as you go to smack your sword against it, it comes off clean. The muscles you notice are still pretty stiff. And as the arm kind of drops, you notice a red or blackened dust kind of poof out of the arms. You also notice something else, Fenrir. Being from the world you are, you know that all beings have veins, as you experience it. Same with monsters and when you've killed them. But this
Yeah.
creature seems to have a second vein that's almost naturally a bluer, almost a deeper blue color, right besides the blood vein. That you notice is completely empty.
What do the teeth of this corpse look like?
As you go to look and using your short sword to kind of push the lips apart, notice this is a very young man by the looks of him, who you'd guess no older than maybe 17. The teeth look fine, like normal. I mean, his canines are a little duller than probably the other average Nords, but you assume that this is most likely due to a heavy diet.
Could you give me the lowdown? My dad came in right as that
No,
happened.
that's fine. Yeah, as you look at, you notice that the teeth look pretty much identical to an average human or Nord. They look, I mean, the canines are probably a little more dulled than from what you guess is probably a heavier diet of thicker foods.
Can I try to recall, with all my knowledge of hunting, any creatures I would have encountered that would have had that secondary blood system?
Yeah, give me a history check.
Hello?
Hello. Did I get disconnected again?
What?
Thank you.
God damn it.
You're getting ready.
Fucking. Okay, let's see if I can get.
My hometown is
So,
Tito,
the reason-
over on the left or right side.
There it is. Okay.
To explain
So
what's
let me
going
see.
on, there's a massive storm going on in my area, and unfortunately, I'm on wireless, so not Ethernet. So that's why I keep getting. Yes,
Then
as